Hello and welcome back to the X-Ring. You guys are probably tired of seeing my face by now, but I have nothing else better to do. So first off, let me start off by saying thank you to everyone that gave me a link in order to find those Ishmash magazines from Russia. Apparently Canada has less restrictions, and so Nordic Marksman has them in stock. They have like 30 of them. So if you have one of those rifles, it might be a good place to pick one up. They are very expensive. They're about $85. But I also had some people comment about why am I reviewing an old 22 like that, but I have a special place in my heart for 22s. I grew up shooting 22s, as we all probably did, and I always wanted one of these. And it's a high standard. This is the Supermatic Citation, what they call military, and military doesn't mean it was issued or anything, it just means that this grip angle is the same as, let's say, a 1911, so it'd be great for training. I was able to pick this up last year. Actually, it was part of that same Ishmash collection. And if you don't know much about high standards, these can get crazy in price, like stupid crazy. But they were a target pistol. They had configurations here for barrel weights that you could attach to the bottom. So in order to take this barrel off, all you have to do is press this button. But once you press the button, there is a little pin in here that allows this barrel to tip out. It's very, very tough to do. You typically can't push it. You have to hit on it with something that's not going to make a mark, something like a rubber mallet or something like that. But it does have to get that shock in there. I'm going to see if I can push this with my thumb. Oh, I got it. So once you press it with the thumb, then you can just tilt this out, and that's what holds it in there, just like that. And so they had a lot of different barrel configurations. If you have one of these, they actually have barrels, replacement barrels, match barrels from different companies to replace these old ones. But we're gonna put this back in just by pushing that button. And there it is, it's seated. It's good to go. What you'll notice with most 22 target pistols is the front sights are fixed. You guys notice that when I did the Atlas, the Artemis, you know, you had that front sight that moved just a little bit, and the rear, of course, it's always going to move. But on most of your target 22s, like your buck marks and everything, this part is not going to move, so you have fixed irons. The magazine release is pretty simple. You just pull out on it like this. It's not the easiest place to get to, but these have been known to shoot very, very well. All right, so what I plan on doing is contrasting and comparing it with something like a Smith & Wesson 22, the Victory. Yes, I do realize this does have a dot on it, but size-wise, these are almost identical. They're very, very close in length, width, everything else. The high standard does weigh a little bit more. I don't have an exact weight, but it definitely feels a little heavier in the hand. What we'll be doing is shooting at 25 yards. I'll be shooting on a pistol slow fire target, and we'll just see how they do. We'll be using Ely Pistol X Bullseye, which is a really good pistol target ammunition. So what we'll do is we'll set two targets up at 25 yards. Let's see how we do. All right, so first up is the Smith & Wesson Victory. I don't believe I've ever reviewed this pistol. I could have, but let's see what we can do. Let me turn this down a little bit. All right, 10 shots. All right, so that's that. As far as this, of course, there's no recoil. It shoots very, very soft. The grip angle's nice. I think it retains about the same grip angle as a 1911. So let's go ahead and load up the high standard, and we'll go for the target on the right. Now, in all fairness, I'll probably be a little slower because it is an iron sight pistol. And so that dot does make it easier to shoot tighter groups, in my opinion. Now that I've had a lot of time with red dots, or green dots in this case. So let's go ahead and load up the high standard, same distance, and we'll go for the target on the right. I can tell you the grip feels a ton better. and it shoots a whole lot softer. Wow. Guys, the feel of this thing is incredible. I don't know if it's just because of the grip or maybe the stippling up front, but this one I actually have a really, really good grip on it, whereas the Smith & Wesson Victory feels almost too slick. Maybe it's just because it's all polymer on the handle itself. I can't see those holes, so let's go up there and check and see what we've got. You've already seen it. All right, so I'm right here at the tripod location. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. All right, so let's take a look. All right, so looking at the targets here, this one right here is the Smith & Wesson Victory. It has 4 bullseyes and then 3 9s and 3 8s. This over here has 5 bullseyes. This is with the high standard. 2 8s, 3 9s. So based on that test at 25 yards, I shot the high standard better, which is no surprise because I've been told those pistols are incredibly, incredibly accurate. So what we'll do is maybe we'll shoot some distance with it. Here's an example, guys, of some of these steels that we shoot on these 22s. So this is the same size as that one that I was shooting yesterday on the Ishmash. You guys can see how big that is. That's probably a 3-incher right there. This right here is a 2-incher or thereabouts. And we'll see if we can hit some of these with that high standard at maybe 25, 30 yards. Okay, so now we've stepped it back to 50. What I'll do is I'll go for the little 3-inch steel up there, and we'll see if, wow, that dot is bigger than the steel. Let's see if we can hit this thing. 5 shots. 1, 2, miss, 3, 3 out of 5 is not bad on a 3-inch steel at 50 yards. So let's see if we can go with the high standard. All right, so now we'll try it with the high standard. 50 yards at a 3-inch steel is going to be very, very tough without a dot. That dot, I mean, that was pretty incredible to be able to hit 3 out of 5. So we'll try it with irons. This is a very low percentage type shooting, but we'll see what we can do with it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, of course I couldn't get it 5 out of 5, but 4 out of 5. Guys, that is 3 inches. We'll go walk up there and you guys can take a look at it. I don't know which one I was hitting. I might be able to zoom in because I don't have a camera down there on it, which I should have. But this thing is pretty darn impressive. Man, let's go, let's try it 100, why not? Just for a relationship on size, the IPSC is the size of a hand, a little bit wider than a hand. And then the height is here. This is the IPSC that I shoot at. So if you can see it for relationship of the size. So that way you have a better idea of what we're shooting at distance. All right, so for this iteration, the high standard will go first. We'll shoot it at 100 yards on that IPSC. Wind is blowing just a little bit. I think if I hold just above it, it should work. 1, 2, So 2. I think the Victory will beat it at 100. Next up is the Victory. But remember, we do have a dot on here, so this should be pretty good. One, 2, 3. So the Victory has it. I think that's more because of the red dot. All right, never mind the construction. We've got some steel plates here at 25 yards. We'll go with the Victory first on the dot. I think I know how this is going to go. We'll just go from the low ready and begin. Oh, one makeup shot. Not too bad. All right, high standard, 30 yards. Gonna be a lot harder. And go. Oh, I think she's getting dirty. Got a malfunction. Other than that malfunction, it shoots pretty well. Not quite as fast as the dot, in my opinion, but man, this thing shoots really, really nicely. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that review of the high standard Supermatic Citation. If you ever have a chance to pick up one of these at a gun show and you can get it for about $500, I would recommend doing it. I've seen prices go a lot higher than that, but they are really, really nice pistols, and it did live up to the expectation that I thought, which was it was a super, super accurate target 22 pistol. I really like the feel and the weight of it. I do like that military where it's the same grip angle as a 1911. And I hope to be able to bring you some more reviews of some of these classics. So, hope you guys have a great week. We will talk to you soon. Have a good one.